is Wednesday, June 15th, 9 a.m. I'm heading out to Saylorsburg, Pennsylvania. That's going to be the first of 3 stops. Saylorsburg, Richmond, Virginia, and Bluefield? Yeah, that's the place. I'm going to be playing the next couple days with the Dave Matthews Tribute Band, and we got a couple surprises with that along the way. So I got all my saxophones all packed up, and most of my fishing equipment has been removed except for my little travel rod. I'll show you what that's about later. But yeah, I don't have anything particularly planned. We're just going to be looking for waterways of opportunity. I've seen a few on the map, so we'll see what we can do. And my name's Jake Workmeister, and I love fishing. Fun medical fact about me: Sheets is actually my blood type. And if you know, you know. By the way, as I'm out on the road performing some covers, which cannot be posted on YouTube because fair use is not fair on this platform, so instead we'll be listening to my friends from the Argonauts with their writtenly informed consent. In fact, you're listening to them right now. The album will be out on July 8th. Is available on all of these finer streaming platforms, or you can listen to them directly at theargonauts.band. Links in the description below.
Love you.
This is dedicated to Mr. Norm Nardini. You know. And while I may not be able to use any of DMB's music in these videos, you can't copyright a drum solo. Okay, this is Thursday morning, 9:15. We actually had a massive thunderstorm come through eastern Pennsylvania. It's been nasty weather all from the Midwest to the East Coast. Midwest, Pittsburgh included, got blasted with a heat wave. So now cold front's coming in and causing chaos everywhere. East Coast was about 15 degrees colder than it was in Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh was like 97 degrees with a heat index of over 100. Ridiculous. Glad I missed it. But the intention was to find a lake that was fairly close to the venue last night, but honestly, with my work schedule, gig schedule, and everything I was doing, I got like 4 hours sleep before I had to make that road trip. So basically I set up my equipment and then just crashed in a trailer until showtime. Today there is actually a lake near Richmond, Virginia that we're going to be checking out. It's about, I believe, 15 minutes away from the venue. It might actually be closer than that. Going after the GM of the venue tonight is a guy we actually have played with before. And we've been talking about this for a couple days now, so we'll see what's going on with that. If the weather holds, I'll be hitting that up after we're all set up and sound check is done. I thought I was kidding about the sheets thing. So we actually ran into a little snag. Verizon was digging where they shouldn't and hit the power generator, or the transformer that supplies power to the venue. They don't know exactly when it's going to be up and running, but we'll be making a call at 6. In the meantime, I purchased a daily license through Virginia and found a non-trout stock lake. So for $8, I get to fish for the next hour. See you on the lake. All right, so here's the deal. I got about an hour to catch what I can. Apparently it's a bass haven. So not stocked with trout, so I don't have to get a trout tag for the day. Make sure you read all your new state rules and bylaws before doing this. Did that at the hotel last night. So in theory, should be right through this path. In theory.
Your destination is on the right.
Thank you for telling me that. Let's see. Okay, there's the court. So, actually want to go around this way. A buddy of mine gave me this rod last year. He uses it whenever he's camping and looking for trout, or hiking rather. Just paired it up with a little Abu Garcia Black Max. Little gray squirrels. What's up, buddy? Okay. This is what we're going to be dealing with. As to not make it too easy, I kept my, got a water turtle there. Kept my gig boots on. I think what I'm going to go for, is I'm limited in what tackle I brought down too, but I think I'm going to use the rubber worm on this one. Water's pretty clear though. That'll do nicely. That will do. Big turtle right there. Nice marsh for me to step in here. So I have to be careful where I step, but other than that, we should be good. This is last year's 10-pound mono. I actually wanted to change this up, just didn't have time, unfortunately. It's okay though, should work just fine. It's currently 92 degrees today. Water's going to be warm. So I'm thinking they're going to be down deep. This is why I'm thinking drop shot. And you know what? I left those rubber worms in the wrong box. So you know what? We're going with you, because you've worked pretty well. Worked well last week at Carnegie. No, you didn't. This is one of those mimic minnows. Highly recommend. Come two in a container. They're cheap and they work well. Yeah, so I might have a situation where we don't play tonight because of that power ordeal. They're making a call at 6. I'm going to be back there. I got some more fishing to do in West Virginia, making my way back up to Pennsylvania too, but I figure I got an hour to kill down here. Got my phone on me. If anything changes I need to be aware of or I need to get back there fast, they'll let me know. But yeah, sometimes weird things happen. Get paid, go to the hotel, grab some beer from Sheets. First time I fished Virginia. See how it goes. This was my go-to bass rig last year. It's because of its size for one, but it's very lightweight. It's a very stiff rod, but I really don't try to rip through a fish's mouth whenever I'm setting anyways. Look at that heron. I think it's a blue heron. Kind of look gray though. A little bit different than the ones we got in PA. That's actually what I love about all this traveling the most. As you're traveling a couple hundred miles per day, you see these slight changes in the tree line until you get very tropical. Yep, there's bluegill right up here. Where there's bluegill, allegedly stocked bluegill, crappie, small channel cats, not too dissimilar from Carnegie Lake. But cats are not what I'm here for right now. I want to see what these southern bass look like. Hopefully the answer's big. Oh no, you know what I forgot? My camera stand, or my cell phone camera stand. How am I going to take slow motion shots? That's okay. Catch anything worthwhile, I'll figure out something. It's real overcast. It's hot. I know nothing about this pond, the depths. Just what the VA fish board told me, and this was recommended to me by Patrick, the manager up at the venue we're playing, Tin Pan. That's a good sign. That's a good stick. Saw the bubbles and I was just knocking them off a log. I'm going to say closer to the center. Water's murky, so I can't see much really. But if I were to take a guess, they're probably going to be obviously around that fountain. I can't get quite that far, but deeper out where That fountain's still aerating, pushing water around. Yep, got all the gill over here looking at me like, hey, what is that? Got some worms for us? Yep, gill being gill, they're trying to kill it. Bluegill will eat anything. I'm trying to remember. My oddest bluegill baits. Actually, by mistake, well, can't say by mistake. As a child, back in those days when we carp fished, we used to use Play-Doh as a marker on your line. And whenever the line goes taut, you'd see that little Play-Doh ball shooting out in front of your rod tip. And just for the heck of it, throw a little Play-Doh on the on a small hook. Sure enough, those little goofballs ate it. So if I'm attracting them, I know that there's a big brother around somewhere getting irritated by it. Big brother bass. Wow, it's been so long since I used this setup. Really like it. It's just it's actually missing the tip there, but it's the carbon fiber ones they sell on Amazon for like 25 bucks, but highly recommend. Pulled in a lot of largemouth with these last year, and it's so light, you feel everything that's going on with the reel and just bouncing off the bottom. I do have Old Reliable in there. I might switch to that. I also have a chatterbait in there, which would probably work out well in this murky environment. Tricky part is when you don't know the lake, or well, pond in this case, you don't know all the good little spots. I see other places I could move to, but the issue being they're a little bit steeper. I'm wearing the wrong shoes for it. Forgot to take my gig shoes off at the hotel. Left them on, took them off at the hotel, left my tennis shoes in the car. Just didn't switch back. We get those in PA from time to time. Forget what kind of duck that is. Have to look it up. Oh. As I'm doing that, some bass just went topwater after me. I was skimming right at the end. So of course I'm going to keep on casting there. I don't even have a catch net on me. This is going to get real interesting if I get something worthwhile, that's for sure. Got him. He came back for it. Oh, little one, but an aggressive one. What kind of bass we got here? It's like a little spotted, actually. There we go. Yep. Don't quite look. Well, no. I'm sorry. That's a largemouth. Fish is a fish. He aggressively went after that lure, though. He was a little bit behind it, one top water. Now I need you to find your larger brethren for me. And I just got a call. Power's back on. And that concludes our little fishing trip in Virginia. Thanks for coming along. Back up and running. Now, I did actually record a good portion of tonight's show, but unfortunately, due to YouTube's copyright rules, I'm not allowed to put them here without demonetizing this video. So if you want to check that out, go view it at my other channel at Jake Workmeister, and I'll attach a link in the description here. Comes the fun part of the night. Loading out and loading up. Day 3, we're up for some more fun and games. I actually have a beautiful pond, probably about 1,000 feet from the hotel. Fortunately, I don't have time to fish it. Thought about going out last night, but a little bit too dark, and probably wouldn't pick up on the camera so well. So we're heading off to Bluefield, West Virginia, and I'm definitely going to find some lakes in between there and, well, waterways in between there and coming back to Pittsburgh. But I'm hitting the road. Been on the road for about an hour and a half. I wish I had a GoPro on my dashboard or something so I could take a little bit more of some of the scenery in this area. It's a little bit of a contortionist act to get the GoPro out when I'm driving. I'd like to be as safe as possible because this is a lot of endurance. Just the simple act of setting up all the equipment, tearing it down at the end of the night, playing those 3 hours, that in of itself beats you up. Especially, like yesterday, we didn't have any air conditioning when we were setting up because of the power being out. The day before, we're outside, so you're losing a lot of electrolytes. So bananas, salts are your friends to kind of replenish that, and of course water. But the other part of this is just a lot of driving, and you're either hardwired to accept that and deal with it, or you're absolutely going to despise this. I always like driving. I always like exploring, new areas. It's kind of cool when you're driving hundreds of miles like this. You get to gradually watch the tree lines change as well, and there's just little differences from state to state of the highway and the entire look of everything. Now, what's funny about this, you are everywhere, but you get to see nothing, if relatively speaking. What I mean by that is, what we see is gig, hotel, road, more road, then wash, rinse, repeat. Basically, you see the menu. Oh, and I see something I need. Running a little low on gas, and I just saw the sign I've been looking for. Come on, you had to have seen it coming.
Okay.
And then about, well, nearly a decade ago, I guess, longer than a decade, it's been close, a long time, but anyway, this is the last of 7 theaters that were here in Bluefield.
Oh, really? Wow.
And somebody came in here and somebody, while it was closed, came into the building, threw a hatch in the roof to steal the copper out of the building. And to add insult to injury, the person did not close the hatch on the way out. So it just rained in here. This whole wall was black mold and. I know, right?
Where do we go to get the cases up?
Yeah, you got a loading dock there?
Unfortunately, no. Believe me, I've been begging for that.
Sound check went in a little bit later than we were expecting, so looks like I'm fishing tomorrow morning before I head back to Pittsburgh. Oh yeah, and there may have been a unexpected massive thunderstorm that came out of nowhere. 'Tis the season. But I did find a lake about 10 minutes away that is stocked with pike as well. It's gonna be a fun trip home. This time I brought Gary on the Sheets run. This is, we'll put the counter right there. Whatever number this is. My guess is about 600. So we're coming along the home stretch here. Well, the last show anyway with the MTV was last night. We got a show back in Pittsburgh with Uptown Rhythm and Funk tonight. So I'm gonna have to leave here shortly for that, but along the way, there's a little lake that kind of got my attention, and it looks like a little bass and pike haven. So we're going to definitely have fun with that. It is temperature dropped down after those storms yesterday. It's currently 64 degrees and still very, very cloudy. So I'm going topwater today with the Whopper Plopper first. Once I get to the lake, I'm just going to let the camera run because the amount of time I have left on this particular SD card is about the amount of time I have before I have to hightail it out of here. So it's going to be a good day of fishing. It's been a fun and busy week. Oh man, still got about 5 hours of driving before I make it back to Pittsburgh, and this is going to be a much more pleasant drive than dealing with the East Coast. It's weird. Everything above Washington, D.C., I consider like the true Northeast. And this goes in terms of drivers, and it's just very congested, very crazy. And yeah, you got a lot of bad drivers out there too. I hate to say it, but and I'm not going to point at any state in particular where this is a problem, but the answer is Connecticut. By the way, I want to give a shout out to the Granada Theater. We're talking to the owner. She was telling us basically she moved down here from Charlottesville, Virginia. Oh wow, that water is crystal clear. But as luck would have it, she moved down from Charlottesville basically to kind of rebuild a scene in an old coal town. I've had friends that yeah, we're fishing here. There's a lot of opportunity. You can see that already. But I have a few friends, old co-workers that used to live down in the Bluefield area before moving up to Pittsburgh. And basically what happened, a lot of the coal industry went away a couple decades ago. Kind of killed the spirit of the town. And not an uncommon story. Similar things happened up north, like Youngstown with the steel industry. But yeah, right now they're just trying to rebuild an actual music scene, get people to come out, and it's been like pulling teeth. We did pretty well yesterday, but which is good. Hopefully word of mouth helps them out in the long run. But yeah, if you happen to be in Bluefield, West Virginia, stop on by, say hi. Good people down here. Excellent food. The rail yard is right behind the theater, and awesome food. I'm trying to remember, they had these French fries with pork, chunks of pineapple, fantastic barbecue pork, actually. Chunks of pineapple, jalapenos, cheese, a couple other things if I recall correctly, but very tasty. Their burgers we're all happy. It's one of the main benefits of being able to travel like this, doing this type of work. Like, it's all about the food. I gotta get my last swivel snap on here. Yeah, technically with Pike, I should be using my GX2s, but since they're a couple hundred miles away, hopefully I'll be getting up to Erie at some point this summer. We'll definitely be bringing the GX2 and the heavier line along. 10-pound mono will work, but I have to be very careful. Monofilament's pretty resilient against their teeth, which is fortuitous. Braid is not, which is why you absolutely need a leader for that. But yeah, weather's beautiful. Getting a lot more sun than I was expecting. I might still start off with the Whopper Plopper. See what it'll do. Make some noise in there. There's a lot of wind right now. Lot of wind. But this is a fun little run. I'm tired. I worked 30 hours Sunday through Tuesday. That was before going to a gig Tuesday night, basically getting home at 3 a.m. in order to wake up at... Traffic was a little bit lighter than I was expecting, so I got to sleep a little bit more. Initially the plan was waking up at 7:30 in the morning to hit the road. Oh, that is... He's hitting topwater. So I think we're in the right place, and I think I got the right theory with the Whopper Plopper. A lot of wind, surface tension on the waves, but that's actually going to benefit me. Jake, clean out your tackle box when you get home, pal. Long overdue. But yeah, I'm a little tired. In the best ways. Make no mistake, being on the road like this does beat you up, but I wouldn't change it for anything. All right, now finally got some legit fishing in this fishing video. Okay, West Virginia, show me what you got. Actually, I was out at Cheat Lake last year, or Cheat Lake, after a gig. I had a paddle tail in the water, and a tiger muskie followed me all the way back in. And what I didn't know about tiger muskie at the time, they seem to only attack from like when something switches direction. It's probably has something to do with their eyesight. They prefer attacking things from the side. A pike will just hit anything head on. So had I switched the direction of the lure coming in from the left or the right, it would have bit it. But in muskie fashion, he followed it all the way back in, then said, nah, turn around. I spent a long time, many casts trying to get his attention to come back. To no avail. You only get one shot at them. And once it's gone, it's gone. Yeah, the pike I saw pictured here weren't particularly huge, so initially my idea today was to wake up at 5 in the morning, get out here just at the crack of dawn. My body had other plans. It's like, dude, no, we're sleeping in a little bit. You could shoot your fishing video later in the day. There's some weeds there, or some plants rather. Which is actually a good sign. I'll switch over to a swim bait in a little bit. Cloudy like this, I like shooting top water first. It might be a little bit too cold for them, but seeing whatever that was jump out of the water made me think it might be the right direction. A lot of weeds. I'm in a tick's wonderland right now, so I have to watch out for that. Still just looking for yeah, there's the patch of grass. Still just looking for fish in general, though. I'm not seeing them. Wonder with the air temperature dropping if they're all going toward deeper holes today. That thunderstorm scared them in a little bit? I don't know. Or they're just hiding on me. But today I'm going to be a little bit more mobile, moving around, since I am so short on time. Usually I wait for things to come to me, if you haven't noticed. And usually that works pretty good. Today I just haven't got the time, and I want something to bite before I get home. Definitely pretty surroundings. Jagger bushes. Nothing remind me of my childhood days of running through the woods, doing things like this. Man, that is in the thick right there. Come on, show me a bluegill. Show me something. I wonder what kind of indigenous animals this area has that I should be concerned about. We're not too thick in the cut, but yeah, it does look like they get a lot of black bears down here. Of course, we get them too. They travel up through the city. Usually they'll walk the railroad tracks. They get to wherever they want. Oh, no, that's... I can't tell what that is. Looking at something that might be a fish. Might be a bass, as a matter of fact. Or, no. Just a reflection of a inconveniently placed leaf. My nemesis, the tree. The wind blowing like that, I'm going to not tempt fate and go on the other side here. Got a little bit more room to work with now too. There are so many plants down here. I just can't find any fish. Like, I'm looking right in the water. I'm not seeing a thing. Of course, I should take this wind into consideration too. With everything blowing here, it's probably blowing them down into that corner. I'm not going to have enough time to work myself down there, unfortunately. All plants. once I start feeling the weight of that, I just kind of retrieve it, because even if you do get something that goes after it, it's going to get stuck on the hook. I'm basically just trying to look in the water right now, doing casts, but I want to see what kind of wildlife I'm dealing with. We did have that one fish jump initially. Oh, looks like a little rebel craw. See, today was a win. Oh, that's not a weed. That was my guess was that was a crappie. Bit off more than he could chew, then spat it out. Wasn't very heavy at all. If I'm pulling it through the weed bed, this lure seems to be getting their attention. Fortunately, it's also causing weeds to get stuck in the bill. Might have been a little largemouth. Hard to say. So, yeah, they're hiding in the weeds. They had no interest in the worm. They just want me to lose a very expensive lure. I know their game. Yeah, it gives me hope for the next couple minutes. And someone's raising chickens. I know because I just heard a rooster. There he is again. Sounds like my alarm clock. I chose to ignore that too. And that's it. That's gonna do it for me. Just talking to a local familiar with the lake right before I left, and he agreed with my assessment with the cold water, chased them all in, and he also said something else I was thinking in the back of my head. I think I mentioned it a couple times throughout the video. The way the wind was blowing, he does have the best luck at that very far end of the lake in terms of bass and pike. So, goes to show, sometimes when you think something, it ends up being true. But what a weird day. Pittsburgh actually jumped down. They were hotter than we were down here, and now they're colder than I am right now. They're like in the mid-50s, 10 degrees warmer up here, or down here, 66. Oh man, wish you could see this. I keep driving and there's these little lakes and ponds everywhere. It's like, only I had more time. Who knows? Maybe I'll find a moment of opportunity as I'm driving. I'm trying to read my little map here. Yeah, okay. Supposed to make a turn about a half mile ago. Missed it. It's okay. There's another one right up ahead. Doesn't change my ETA. But yeah, if I happen to catch another little body of water that's very conveniently placed to Sheets, I'll stop on by. Starting to think I need an intervention. Okay, I made an executive decision. Don't really have time to do this, but it's been 7 years since I've been in this area, so I'm taking the opportunity for this photo op. So I made it home in time for gig number 5, which I performed half asleep. Then there was only one thing left to do. This is actually Sunday night. I was trying to figure out, well, I was so tired last night that I just couldn't film an outro. And I was looking for an appropriate way to end this one. And I think I got it. Till next time, keep on fishing.